Hey guys, what's going on? It's a brand new, beautiful day, and Chelsea have finished in the top 6 of the Champions League phase table. Things are going well. Rosini has won 5 out of 6 games. Cole Palmer looks like he's back in form, and João Pedro apparently is an excellent centre forward. Yes, what else could you ask for? What, Raheem Sterling no longer being a Chelsea player? The sun is shining on us once again, brothers and sisters. There is some other stuff to speak about as well. Kendry Páez has gone off on loan. And I tell you what, it's good that the vibes are up for the Chelsea Megastore team because they've released a beauty! Like a throwback of the old 90s kit, the Cause kit. Wicked little advert with Dennis Wise. Excuse me. I mean, look. It is really good. One thing about this new media team on this new ownership, they've had a lot of good, nice, sexy kits. I can say sexy, right? I can say sexy, right? Sexy. But some of the media they've done like build up to big games, and this is off CFC Picks on X. As you can see, it's different gravy granules. This kit, it is naughty. I've the one that's Trev's wearing the pre-match. I've ordered that. Excuse me. And it's a lovely bit of kit, and I'm pleased that will be rarely on me, but often on the rail behind me, or it'll be on the rail. It will make the rail, absolutely. Anyway, welcome back. Today we're speaking about Raheem the Dream's nightmare ending, a little bit of Kendry Páez, and indeed the post sort of brief from Simon Johnson of The Athletic of a good time, a ruddy good time all around for the Chelsea fans. Allow yourself to be happy as things look up for us Blues. The return of Cole Palmer is just such a vital time, you know? Yeah, look, I don't want to get too ahead of myself, but why the ruddy heck not? Arsenal just lost at home for the first time in a long time, especially Arsenal lost after going ahead for the first time this season. Napoli have lost at home for the first time in over a year. Some things are coming together. I mean, Rosini has won 5 out of 6 games, is it 5 out of 6? But technically one's only half time. And maybe, just maybe, in a world, Chelsea could overturn that and win a trophy. We'll see what happens, but welcome on back to Football Therapy with me, your host Jan. I'm delighted to have you with me here for another episode of Daily Chelsea News. If you want to support that content, super simple, like this video, subscribe if you want to, and if you choose to, you should hit that sweet, sweet bell, baby. Yeah. Ooh. Housework not done. Search Football Therapy Podcast on all good podcast apps to consume this content there as well. Of course, you can watch the video on Spotify on Football Therapy Podcast, but if you just want to help us out, you search there, give me a 5-star rating and a follow. That's nice of you. What else? Football Therapy clips on TikTok and on Instagram. I must say, the boomer that I am, I don't use TikTok, but I do upload clips onto it. Like today, there'll be a custom short on there, so it's not just stuff you'll be seeing on this. It'll be, fresh, different content. So, Football Therapy clips. I'm going to get a banner or something soon that runs across and plugs everything. I have told you guys before, I'm in the process of buying a new house, and it's very stressful. To the point where I'm probably going to need another hair transplant. Anyway, look! Slow sports news. Raheem Sterling leaves Chelsea after 3.5 years ahead of the January transfer deadline, so he can go and get himself a move somewhere. Chelsea say in a 60-word statement that a mutual agreement has been reached for Raheem Sterling to leave 18 months before the expiry of his contract. The winger has not played for Chelsea since May 2024, despite being one of the club's best paid players. He is the club's best paid player on a reported £325,000 a week. Good work if you can get it. We gave him the money, mate. It's all on us. Absolutely all on us. Raheem Sterling has left Chelsea after 3.5 years at the club. Sterling's now a free agent to sign for... I mean, where is he going to go? I mean, he wants to stay in London. He's going to turn up at Fulham, isn't he? Mutually terminating I can't speak. My brain is mangled. All options are on the table for Sterling, and he will not restrict his search for a new club to London. He's willing to play anywhere. Now you say that. No, we've been hearing conflicting reports, of course. Napoli sporting director. Hey, we were there last night. Giovanni Manna has told Sky in Italy that a move to an Italian club, or the Italian club, Napoli, is hard to envision because of Sterling's significant financial expectations. Yeah, right, exactly. The 31-year-old has not played for Chelsea since May 2024. I look at that and I think, 31, how that's so old now. And then I remember I'm going to be 37 in March. So, let's not talk about age. Is my camera lens central? I wonder if it is. Yeah, he's on lots of money. He's got 18 months left to play. The wages remaining on his contract is £25 million. And because he's priced out of a move, I think we just, like, I reckon if there was but the thing is, when you release him from his contract, he can get a sign-on fee somewhere. I reckon we've just given him, I'm going to guess, £10 million to leave. So he'll be like losing £15 million of his wages, but he'll probably get that £15 million as a sign-on fee elsewhere, and he'll get to play football again. I'm guessing that, but do you know what I mean? But look, not to say I'm right, but whatever I can, I do. I called this. I said, this is the only way we'll get rid of Sterling. It's going to be a sit-down and contract termination compensation situation. It's on the rise all across the nation. That's what happened. The winger, he cost 47.5 million, like I said before, not 50 million, as it's been incorrectly reported by different publications. He came up, it was Todd Bowley's gift to Tuchel. Yeah, it was like, you really, really want Sterling, have a Sterling. Yeah, we have a Sterling. Chelsea's statement was following, we thank Raheem for the contribution he made at Chelsea and wish him well for the next stage of his career. Sterling still feels like he has a lot to offer. I'm not going to read that because I don't care. Look, all the best to Raheem. It's not his fault. We gave him loads of money. By all accounts, he's a really good guy. He does good academy stuff. He's got an amazing career for 18 months-ish. I sort of will die on this hill. He was England's most informed player. And I wish him all the best. And I'm pleased the nightmare is over for Raheem the Dream. Now, let's talk about this kid. Ding! Oh, there we go. Kendry Páez agrees to join River Plate on loan. There he is, in a Strasbourg top. He was supposed to be different gravy granules, this boy. Much like João Willian. But we're yet to see it. Anyway, really. Nizar Kinsella writes the following. Chelsea have recalled midfielder Kendry Páez from partner club Strasbourg, with the Ecuador international set to join the Argentine Giants River Plate on a 6-month loan. The 18-year-old returns to South America after making 21 Ligue 1 appearances for Strasbourg, which, that doesn't sound bad for half a season, does it? For an 18-year-old? Does it? I mean, what? That's like 42 in a campaign. That's quite a lot. Who are also owned by Clearlake Capital and Bowley. Paez joined Chelsea from Independiente de Valle. Or Valle? Valle? I don't know if it's like French pronunciation, double L. The club that also produced Moises Caicedo. He cost us 17.2 million, so not quite the 29 million that João Willian cost us, which obviously looks like an insane bargain. But still, a significant investment, and a lot of people were saying, I think he was 15 years old when we agreed the deal for Paez originally, or we were scouting him, and we locked it down when he was 16. Everyone was saying this kid is the truth. And we've done such good work to lock down Kendry Páez. So, a lot of people talk about his behaviour, goes clubbing. He's basically the opposite of Estevao, who's, God-fearing, humble, sweet young boy. I don't want to... Who am I to judge? You did not want to see me when I was 18. Or you probably out of morbid curiosity would have been interested in doing so. But I was what can only be described as a little wrongin'. Paez is yet to feature for Chelsea, but he's trained with the squad in the United States during the Club World Cup. He also came and did some, acclimatization stuff at Cobham, didn't he? To, prepare him. But Chelsea clearly don't see this kid as ready to sort out his behavioural problems, performance problems, maybe application, training. Lots of stuff, really. So, yeah. Right, now, guys, I am certain, I'm gonna guess, there's gonna be some more transfer news before the next, before the Monday deadline. Is it on Monday? So make sure, we're about to do another segment on the video, so don't leave, stay with me, stay right here, don't go anywhere. But there is going to be, I reckon there's going to be more news developments, so make sure you turn the bell on when you subscribe on the YouTube or notifications on your podcast app. But we are going to react to this. Oh, there we go. This is Simon Johnson's post-match piece. Of course, with a great win yesterday, I did a match reaction, an instantaneous match review. So I want to have a bit more of a deep dive, because obviously when I do those instantaneous late match reviews, I'm high on dopamine and often just shouting and giddy and, which is great fun for a certain type of content. But sometimes it's good to sleep on it, have a sobering moment of reflection and actually think, what's happening, So Simon Johnson of The Athletic writes the following: Rosenior has said a lot of things why he's the right man for the job since being appointed by Chelsea 3 weeks ago. So much has happened in 3 weeks. A 3-2 win away at Napoli will do a lot of talking for him. Was it a 90-minute display? No, absolutely not. Was it against a Napoli side full of strength? No. It still is significant that Chelsea became the only second team to beat Napoli on their own pitch in their last 21 Champions League home games. Yes, they lost at home in over a year. I've said that in the reaction. It's huge, really. And most importantly, Chelsea are in the last 16 of the Champions League. Yes, these are very early days of Rosenior's tenure, and he will not be blind to the amount of improvement Chelsea still have to make. But there's been a lot of cynicism and negativity over him getting the job in some quarters. Some phrasing in the press conference has attracted the wrong kind of attention too. Yeah, he does often sound like he's being interviewed by Jake Humphries, which doesn't serve him. But I really like Rosenior. I said that before we appointed him. I said that as a guy, I'm rooting for him. And I still am, absolutely. And obviously he's had a good start. The best way to silence the doubters is simply by winning games. Rosenior has effectively said that himself from day one. He will not be getting carried away, but he could not have done much more than getting 5 victories from his first 6 fixtures. The 41-year-old's only blemish, of course, was the defeat to Arsenal in the semi-final. But he was without several key players that night, and of course, Rob Sanchez gifted the opponent 2 goals, writes Johnson. And he's right. And it's still technically only half-time in that fixture. Since beating PSG in the FIFA Club World Cup final in July, Chelsea have not had many standout results away from home. Former head coach Maresca won 7 out of his 15 fixtures, not played at Stamford Bridge this campaign before his exit on the 1st of January, of course. But no one would say the teams involved make up this magnificent 7. 4 came in the Premier League against the struggling West Ham 18th, Nottingham Forest 17th, Spurs 14th, and Burnley 19th. Yeah, look, Maresca was in... His head was elsewhere, I think. I don't know if he lost the dressing room. Some Chelsea fans are saying that. I don't think that's true. And of course, we know a few players were sad to see him go. But we were in awful form. 1 win in 8 Premier League games. It was stinky stuff. And of course, the others came in the Carabao Cup against League One Lincoln City and the Premier League's bottom club, Wolverhampton Wanderers, and Championship outfit Cardiff City. Yeah, alright, fine. We were bad. Interim Callum McFarlane oversaw a credible draw at Man City before suffering a 2-1 loss at Fulham. Rosenior, for his part, already had 3 crucial away wins in many competitions. Charlton, you expected in the FA Cup. Crystal Palace in the Premier League, which is good, and Napoli in the Champions League, which is better. So they're increasingly getting, I tell you what, the 4th and best could be Arsenal away. It'll be like a boop, 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 leveling up each time. Do you know what I mean? This is exactly what you need when you're trying to make a good first impression. There will inevitably be setbacks, but these results mean Rosenior can point to the positives and the fact how there are foundations to build on. He's also getting, like, nice support from Chelsea away. They're singing Liam, Liam, which is nice for him. But he's not naive. He will know the reviews of his tactical acumen would not have been great if they had failed to turn a 2-1 deficit around at the Diego Armando Maradona Stadium. The decision to start with just one recognised centre-back, Fofana, backfired, and boy did it backfire. Fofana didn't look great, didn't perform great, but I think he was hung out to dry, and my boy was getting cooked by all the Chelsea man. I understand why, but absolutely was not the right setup. With three natural fullbacks, James, Gusto, and Cucurella making up the rest of the back four, but it wasn't a back four. The introduction, excuse me, of Cole Palmer and Trevoh Chalobah, two of the five substitutes Chelsea made in the second half, changed the game though, although João Pedro deserves most of the credit for two wonderful finishes. Yeah, but the changes also got him into the game and his confidence. It was tactically incorrect. There's no getting around that. I was saying at my Instagram, I was doing live story updates. You can't dance around. It was an error. It was incorrectly set up by the Chelsea manager, but he fixed it. Not for the first time. Rosenior tried to downplay the importance of the moment for him personally and direct all the positive attention towards his players instead. He knows winning over the dressing room quickly after Maresca's departure is vital. I agree. He said the following. I said it when I came in. They've lost a manager that they really respected for reasons that are beyond my control or knowledge. So when you go through that as a young group to come back and accept a new manager the way they have done, and for them to work as hard as they have done for me, it's a credit to them. It's not about me or my ego or trying to prove anything. I'm trying to do the very, very best I can with my group, with my staff, and hopefully we can have more and more really good nights like this. I'm here to win. That's my job. It's not about where does it? It's not about where does it. Oh, where does it rate in my career? So there was a brackets put in there. I'm not really fussed. I'm really focused on West Ham Saturday. He's a clever boy. He is. The sight of Palmer interacting with João Pedro after the interval is a source of encouragement for everyone as Chelsea, not just Rosenior. The duo struck up an instant understanding at the FIFA Club World Cup, but Palmer's injury issues have restricted him to just 14 appearances this season, as their combination for the winning goal showed. Well, they combined for both of João Pedro's goals, in theory. Rosenior can get these two guys playing together regularly. There will be a good reason to be optimistic. Yeah, man, like, it's hard not to be gassed about Prime Palmer coming back. You've probably seen he's released his new branding, the logo, the C and the P doing the code. It's actually pretty good marketing logo construction, whatever the terminology for that would be. It's pretty impressive, actually. It looks cool. So he's obviously going to release some stuff. Fair play, whatever. Don't know, it's football these days, isn't it? Reasons to be optimistic. Avoiding playoffs, of course. Welcome to free midweeks. Not counting the international breaks, Chelsea had a clear week to rest, to work on fully things training. Yeah, look, massively welcome for the new Chelsea manager to have a bit of time to develop players and style of play, and not just vibe through games and try and tactically change things, to build more. In terms of our season, in terms of my time on the pitch with the players, that's going to help us so much, the time he gets. I have had no time. It's not an excuse. In fact, it is a fact. It's not an excuse, it's a fact. And I'm asking the players to press in a completely different way than they have done before, and they've hardly had any practice at it. So that time will help us get better and improve, but we still need to win games in this moment, which we've been doing, right? So, good. The month began with things looking rather bleak at Chelsea when Maresca left. As it draws to an end, Rosenior has sparked some fresh hope. Yeah, that's true. So, the vibes were down on the 1st of January when Maresca was sacked. And like I said, even though some people would have been pleased a change was made, there was discontent all over the gaff. And you can kind of understand why. Because it was uncertain, turbulent times. But that's the 1st of January, and as we reach the end now, Sterling's gone, and we've in the Champions League, top 6, which was a pretty good achievement, you must say. So there we go. That's today's Chelsea news video. Of course, I will keep you updated on all developments with transfers and just general news. So do keep it locked when you subscribe, hit the bell. Thank you for liking. Thank you for following and 5-starring on Spotify and following your podcast apps. And I hope to see you guys back here very soon.